My name is Beyang Liu. I'm the CTO and co-founder of Sourcegraph, and I drink my coffee black.
Now, you set out to build a code search engine. I mean, search in 2010 feels like it was in 2011. It was a whole different beast back then. How has your infrastructure and what you're doing around search changed, and especially just in like the last 2 years? Because with all of the advances, I would say, in search in the last 2 years, you have to have done a lot of upgrading, I would imagine.
Yeah, definitely. So the domain of search has changed a lot in the past 10 years, and specifically in code search, one of the things that we started out building and prioritizing that I think was a step forward in terms of tools that were publicly available was we viewed it not just as a strict search problem per se, but also, what do you do after you click into a result? When you're trying to understand a piece of code, you click on that result, and then you're staring at a code file, and a lot of what you need to do is do things like jump to definition or find references. You're essentially walking the reference graph of all the different components that fit together. You're trying to understand, what those nodes are and what the edges are in terms of how different parts of code relate to one another. And we started out by focusing on constructing that code graph. So essentially compiling the universe and extracting the symbol tables so that we could execute a jump to definition or a find references request without the user having to go through the rigmarole of getting the code to build, which is an exercise in itself. And so I think like the first big advancement we created was this graph concept. We're essentially like mapping and graphing all the code in the world and feeding that into our product as both a code exploration tool and a signal into the search side of things. More recently, we've been looking at incorporating AI-based signals into the search results and the search relevancy. I actually had a background in machine learning way back in the day, so I did my undergrad thesis in computer vision, but that was like 1 or 2 AI revolutions ago. And so back then, the quality of the models wasn't anywhere near to where we would thought it'd be useful in production. But in the past couple of years, things have just come so far so fast, and we're now in the process of incorporating large language models into many different parts of our product, both in kind of like the generative sense of like, hey, can I ask a question and get an answer, or can I get it to generate some code, as well as baking kind of signals informed by models into the ranking of the code search engine itself.